Hello, my name is Kat Ward, and today we are going to take a historical tour of Hingham. Hingham was founded originally in 1633 and was originally called Bear Cove. Joining me today is Max and Chloe, who will be our tour guides.
Thanks for having us.
Why don't we start with the historical building itself?
This is our Hingham Heritage Museum. It's the flagship for the Hingham Historical Society. It was built in 1818, and you wouldn't be remiss of thinking it's an old historical home, but it's actually not a home. It was never a home. This is actually the old Derby Academy. Derby Academy was the third coeducational school in the United States, meaning both boys and girls went to school here. This was the third boys and girls primary school in the United States and the first in New England. Today it houses the Hingham Heritage Museum, which is one of a couple properties the Hingham Historical Society owns, and it houses a lot of highlights from our collection. It has our Kelly Gallery, it has our grand ballroom, has our research room, so we're very proud of this building. It's where most of our operations are centered.
It's great. I was thinking that we could take a tour of the old ship and old ordinary.
Sure, let's do it.
Here we are outside the old ordinary.
Yeah, this is the Old Ordinary, built in 1686. It's one of the many historic properties that the Hingham Historical Society owns and manages. We offer tours of it regularly. Again, it's called the Old Ordinary because back in the 17th century, this was a place where you could get ordinary food and beverage and ordinary lodgings. It was lived in by multiple families, and in the 19th century, it was 100% we know it was a tavern. And in 1914, this became the headquarters for the Hingham Historical Society, so this was actually our first headquarters.
For the next stop, we will be stopping at Old Ship Church. We are now standing outside the Old Ship Church.
So Old Ship Church was built in 1681. It's a pretty interesting building because it was originally a meeting house and church because they combined the two back then. And it's lived many lives. It's had a lot of renovations in the meantime. It had a Victorian era where it was quite gaudy, but it was returned to its colonial state in the 1930s. It's an interesting building also because of its name, kind of the unique name of Old Ship Church. Not too certain as to why exactly it's called Old Ship, but a large reason that people think it is because that ceiling inside looks a lot like an inverted hull of a ship. So it's got a lot of history, and it's part of a lot of our tours.
That is all for today. Thank you, Max and Chloe, for showing me around the town today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, and the Hingham Historical Society and Heritage Museum is open for tours of our Old Ordinary building, of the Heritage Museum, and of course our walking tours and cart tours. We're open Wednesday through Saturday, 11 to 3, so we hope to see everybody come out.